Hello everyone. Well, I'm here in my office in Peterborough and there's a hint of spring in the air, and I suggest there's a hint of spring in the air for Brexiteers as well. Theresa May made her big speech on Friday, and to be honest, it could have been a lot worse. Yes, there are some compromises. I'm particularly worried about what she has in mind for our fishing fleet and how much access she proposes to barter away to European fleets. But on other issues, it could have been a lot worse. Now, the real threat to Brexit is from an unholy alliance. On the one hand, you have Jeremy Corbyn and his Marxist supporters who clearly are just using the issue of Brexit as a way to try and bring down the government and get him into Downing Street. They have no firm position or policy. They'll pop up from one day to the next, completely contradicting themselves. The latest thing is saying that Britain must stay in a customs union, which would mean high food prices, high clothes prices, not able to take advantage of any of the real benefits of Brexit at all, and that clearly is just done with the view that they might be able to get some so-called Tory rebels to support them, defeat the government in the Commons, and cause an early general election. They couldn't care about Brexit. But the more shocking group to me in the unholy alliance are the people who style themselves as centrists, like Tony Blair, Mandelson, Clegg, Heseltine, the roll call John Major as well, but who are in fact the worst extremists of all. They're EU fanatics. They are prepared to put a Marxist government with John McDonnell as Chancellor of the Exchequer into government if that helps to block Brexit. They don't care about the economy. That's not what's motivating them. If they did, for a second, they would not contemplate John McDonnell as Chancellor of the Exchequer and all those job-destroying policies that the Labour left would put in place. And yet you have people like Michael Heseltine saying that they would publicly say they would prefer to put Labour into power and stop Brexit if that's what it took. Now, they're cheered on by the BBC that seems to give them an open slot. Any of them, they're almost on a rota, aren't they? Uncritical coverage on the Today programme and BBC News. They just can come on and threaten to derail Brexit, call on people to actually overturn our great democratic decision. That's got to stop. The big compensation is they're running out of time. In a couple of weeks, we'll be entering our countdown final year of EU membership before we leave formally at the end of March next year. So they're running out of time. They're planning one last stand, which will be in the autumn in the House of Commons. They are hoping to put together a majority to keep Britain in the customs union and defeat the government and bring it down. We must put massive pressure to bear on every MP who supported the referendum, who supported the triggering of Article 50, and really make them fear for their political futures if they betray us. And I say also to the BBC, your role is becoming a disgrace. If you are part of a Brexit betrayal, I think you can forget the future of the licence fee, and a really big chunk of your viewers are getting more and more upset with your bias. So let's have a bit more fair play from you. But we're going to get there, we're going to get our Brexit, and let's stand up to the real Brexit extremists, the Blair, Major, Heseltine, Mandelson, Ken Clark, Nick Clegg alliance. They're a bunch of has-beens, and they must not be allowed to overturn our democracy.